Motherfuckers, let's go. Stupid Google Hangouts. All right, we're live finally. Yeah, I know we're fucking late as shit, but what can I say? All right, welcome to Keyboard Warriors, episode 77, presented by RepTheWarriors.com. My name is Eddie Law. That's Fred Kirby. We'll be joined hopefully soon by Dave Masters. I sent him the link here, and just Rakaba unfortunately has the pedo van broke down, so he's legit out for the night. Unfortunately, more than likely, unless he makes it home in time for the show or whatever. All right, so let's lead off with some shit, dude. Fucking a lot of talk about Khabib Nurmagomedov now. Daniel Cormier actually tweeted something out. Let me see if I can pull it up because it was basically he's talking about how he. I mean, first of all, let me ask you this: like, apparently, he was offered, according to his manager, according to his tweet, whatever, he was offered the Tony Ferguson fight at UFC 219, which obviously Tony Ferguson turned down, right? But we were talking just before right now the show started. You seem like it's like you're tired of Khabib Nurmagomedov, right?
No. That's not what I meant at all. I'm tired of hearing stories like this. Fuck's that supposed to mean? Listen, I love Khabib. What am I supposed to garner by that? That Tony Ferguson is scared of Khabib? I mean, you know, what's that mean? Who gives a fuck if he turned it down? A, we don't even know if it's true. Rumors like this swirl around all the time. B, if it is true, we don't know why he turned it down. I know he's not scared, and I know that's the only reason you float something like this is that's the implication that he doesn't want to fight Khabib. I mean, I'm sure Tony Ferguson will fight Khabib. I'm sure Tony Ferguson doesn't look at Conor and go, oh, that's such an easy fight, and Khabib is such a tough fight. Let me not fight Khabib. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? If anything, he's just trying to get the money fight with Conor, or he wasn't ready. I mean, I don't know. I fuck with Khabib, but so what? Well, what exactly is this supposed to mean? You're fighting Edson Barboza, my dude. That's all that really matters at this point in the game for me. Like, I'm not going to. Sometimes I think MMA folks be having slow news weeks.
Yeah.
Why are we reporting? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not us. I'm talking about the major MMA sites. They're reporting. Who gives a fuck what Khabib's manager said Tony turned down? So what, man?
Yeah, it's like we all know MMA media and it's on its weird shit at all times. So here's what. So Daniel Cormier's the one that tweeted it out, and it fucking caught fire. This is DC's tweet. It says, and this is probably why 280 characters is a bad idea. But he goes, so I walk into the gym today, and Khabib Nurmagomedov walks up and says the UFC is wanting to make me versus Tony Ferguson for December 30th. Then he tells me that Tony is saying no to the fight. Come on, Tony, that ain't gangsta, bruh. Take the fight, man. So now you got all these people tweeting over to giving Daniel Cormier a hate, which honestly it's easy to do now. But you know, nobody wants to see Khabib Nurmagomedov, apparently. At least, okay, other than like hardcore Khabib fans, nobody's trying to see Khabib against Tony for a title.
Listen, everybody wants to see the Conor fight.
Yeah.
This is so, you know, bro, I swear. I love MMA fans because we are all one. We're a part of this tight little knit group together, but y'all a bunch of dummies, dog. Yeah. Like, real talk. Listen, DC and fucking Khabib train together, man. They're buddies. DC is fucking trolling and petitioning, trying to get his homeboy that title fight. Like, what we know what's happening right here. He's fighting Edson Barboza. What are we talking? Like, DC's trying to pull some shit, but you know, fall back. Like, people, I get to see people tweeting DC. Shut up. He don't deserve that fight. Bro, calm down. DC's trolling y'all right now. If anything, maybe he's trying to feed it in the air. But as far as I know, ink on the paper, fucking Khabib's fighting Barboza. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes with Tony and Conor? But that's the fight that needs to be made anyways.
Yeah.
Like, let's stop talking about the bullshit. Tony's the interim fucking title, the interim champion. Conor's the champion. That's the fight that has to happen. Unless those fights go to a different respective weight class. I mean, I'm all for making fun fights, but let's not get fucking ridiculous now. He's got the interim belt. Conor's the champ. That fight has to happen. It's enough with the Khabib.
Yeah, Khabib. At this point, Khabib's kind of fucked himself over. And yeah, I mean, look, a big win over Edson Barboza.
He's a shoe-in.
Yeah, exactly. So
guaranteed. And listen, that's what's going to happen. That's why I guess I hear. Listen, man, where there's smoke, there's fire. This ain't smoke. God damn it! This is a little tiny old spark.
Yeah,
on a hot blade of grass. Like there's nothing here. I think Khabib's fighting Barboza. This is all just hearsay and nonsense from, quite frankly, a bunch of Khabib's people. Fucking DC and Khabib's manager.
No, yeah, no, I'm with you on that. It's just fucking. And Khabib's manager is Ali Abdelaziz, and we know
Well, there you go.
yeah, he's known to do some pull some fuckery once in a while. All right, um, George Tremendous in the comments says, "I saw your tweet, Eddie. You're not live yet, motherfucker." Like, all right, god damn it, we get it. And Uncle Hank Drinking Buddy says, "Did you get a comment from Fred regarding the cyborg issue?" Dude, you got to remind me what the you wanted to comment on as far as cyborg. Oh, he might mean.
Are you talking about the other homie Fred on Twitter, right?
No, you.
On Twitter? Me? Did I want to talk about cyborg?
No. He said, "Did you get a comment from Fred regarding the cyborg issue?"
What cyborg issue are we talking about? What happened with cyborg? She's fighting.
Right? Yeah, let's talk about that. While Uncle Hank's Drinking Buddy reminds me what he's talking about. Unless he's talking about the. Oh, I know what he's talking about. Okay, so he tweeted over who's running Cyborg's Twitter, and I said her boyfriend, and then he responded with, "Oh, he's from Dayton," and yeah.
Who? Cyborg's boyfriend?
Right. So he's basically saying that you're hitting upside. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, hey, listen. Don't get me wrong, baby. Like I said, for a little bit of fame, I'll do some strange things.
Yeah. Count me in. Yeah. You know what? Cyborg's boyfriend wants to tag Fred in. Apparently he's in. Shout out to Raider, Uncle Hank's Drinking Buddy, Dan from Oregon on here. UC is here. Joey Tremendous, obviously, calling me out for bullshit. And so welcome to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you leave comments in the YouTube comment section, and we'll shoot the shit. All right. So let's talk about this last weekend. UFC Sydney. I didn't watch it at all. I wasn't able to. But from what I heard, it sucked. Donkey nuts.
Yep. And listen, the card before this was what?
Not the
Who cares? That's not important. The important part is the last couple cards have been really good.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people that are bitching about listen, that Australian card did suck. Even the main event didn't really deliver. I mean, outside of a couple cool finishes, the whole fight card was a little lackluster. But god damn it, I get tired of hearing people complain about this. So the fuck what? We had a couple really good events before this. You want fucking predictably fucking good shit or quote unquote good shit? Take your ass to WWE. This is the real thing. Sometimes fights ain't like they are in Hollywood. Sometimes we can't build the drama. That's just the reality, man. Sometimes it just don't line up, and it's not the magical night of fights. That's why when we do get a magical night of fights, you get those finishes and those magic moments. Soak it up and appreciate it, motherfuckers. This is unarmed combat. This is the real deal. Like, we don't always get the great cards. Real talk, Australia did suck, but this is how the fucking chips fall sometimes. It could have just as well been good. Sometimes these little no-name cards end up being great. We got another one coming up. This fucking Chinese card at 7 in the morning. I got to wake my fucking monkey ass up at 7 in the morning to watch some punk-ass card in China. But you know what? I'll fucking be there because you never know. I might wake up and then afterwards I'll be on Twitter bitching that the fight sucked and my fucking silly ass woke up at 6 in the morning for nothing. But if I wake up and I catch a couple really cool finishes and submissions and knockouts, then goddamn it, I'm the smart one that was ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
This is why we watch.
You know how bad Sydney was? It was so bad. The biggest story coming out of that whole thing was Verdum smacking Covington with a fucking boomerang.
By a long shot.
That was the only thing no one's talking about. No one's talking about. Oh, the other thing too. What? What's up?
Well, no, I was going to say, what was the other thing?
No, I was going to say Verdum's talking about he deserves a title shot.
Well, calm down. I deserve a title shot at heavyweight, Verdum. Everybody that can make 265 deserves a title shot in that weight division, son.
Yeah.
That goddamn weight division is slimmer than Lindsay Lohan when she's on a bender. You understand what I'm saying? Fuck heavyweight. Of course you deserve a... I mean, listen, he probably does. But whatever, motherfucker. We still trying to figure shit out with Stipe and shit right now. You just need to sit down, Verdum. You're coming off of 2 wins against fucking... what was it? Anthony Hamilton? Or who was the prick that he fought?
Oh, Walt Harris.
Walt Harris and fucking whatever the fuck that Russian prick's name is. Tabora. I mean, you know, he's a solid guy and he probably deserves it, but let's not act like you're coming off of 2 great wins, Fabricio. So what I was going to say is then let's just talk about what actually happened. Let's talk about the big story. Fabricio thunder striking Colby Covington with a fucking boomerang. Now, when you read the headline is hilarious. It don't get much better than that. But when you break it down and you think about the details here, it gets a little interesting, right? So it's like, whose side are you on with this thing? Okay. A, Colby Covington's pretty easy to hate, right? He's even got a face of a guy you'd like to, I would never fucking sucker punch somebody. I think that's a real cunty move. But I gotta say, Colby Covington's a type of prick that looks like he needs snuck. That stupid shit-eating grin. He looks like the type of guy you just thunderstrike when he wasn't looking, just because he's been fucking deserving it his whole fucking life. Yeah. But that being said, God damn it, you're not allowed to fucking attack people for things they say. It's not okay. Quite frankly, it's against the law. And when you outweigh them by like 90 pounds and you're a professional fighter, it's not even really a very good look. And when the last motherfucker you was picking on was even littler than this guy, it's an even worse look for Fabricio. So this is an interesting thing, man. On one hand, I'm like, fuck yeah, Colby, I'd pay good money to see Colby fucking Covington get fucking smacked in his head right now. But on the other hand, I don't necessarily think Fabricio needs to be the fucking white knight for Brazil and go fucking hitting people with, I mean, listen, it's kind of funny because they're Australian, it's a boomerang, but I'm pretty sure they like kill birds with them things and shit, Jack. I know birds aren't very big, but if you can fucking kill it, that's probably a pretty solid piece of wood. Let me throw a fucking real hard fucking piece of 2x4 at your fucking face, man. It's assault.
Look, I agree with you, man. It's not a good look for Verdum, but I got a good kick out of Covington saying, "I'm gonna press charges against you." Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Who the fuck? Like, I mean, come on. You don't think the cops, when they got that call of assault, one man assaults another one with a boomerang, you don't think they started laughing to themselves, like with each other, going, "Get the fuck out of here"?
Well, listen, it's Australia, so to be completely honest with you, I would imagine that's not the first time somebody's been assaulted with a boomerang in Australia. What the fuck? That's probably kind of a thing. No, yeah, it's definitely hilarious. What the fuck? But I really don't know how I feel about it. I don't really know. I mean, I guess, listen, all things considered, as annoying as Colby Covington is, he really didn't do nothing wrong. I think Fabricio said he like kicked him in the leg, but come on.
Yeah, and Covington said he Verdum punched me before he hit me with a fucking boomerang. Like,
yeah, that's a little wild too. I mean, listen, for the sake of argument, if that's true, then that's assault for sure, bro. Mm-hmm. I mean, are you fucking high right now, Fabricio? Do you sniff a little glue, bro? You punched him in the face. On one hand, don't get me wrong, part of me thinks that's pretty gangster of you. But in the real world, dude, that's no fucking bueno, Jack. He can fucking sue you. You're got a professional fighter. I mean,
yeah, he's got a court date in December. I forgot, the 13th, something like that. But he's got a court date.
Does that low key make you look at Fabricio a little differently? That's a bitch ass move, ain't it? I mean, what, you sucker punch a dude that's fucking 50 pounds littler than you because he was talking shit about your country?
Look, I think it makes Verdum look bad, but to me, the thing that makes Verdum look bad is being friends with that one dude that gets a bunch of freaking gay people together and kills them all. What's that dude's name? You heard about that?
Oh no.
Yeah, he's friends.
You mean the Russian guy or whatever? Dude.
Yeah. If anyone knows this dude's name, fucking put it in the comment section. Will you?
I know who you're talking. I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about though.
That makes him look bad. And honestly, to me, that's the reason why Verdum won't get a title shot ever again. I think that UFC can't have someone like that that's buddies with a person like that. I think be the heavyweight champion. I think.
Shit. I think WME don't give a fuck, but Fabricio don't really sell either, so if you don't bring in the money and you got baggage like that, you might be fucked.
Yeah, it's the Raider says the leader of Chechnya. Yeah, that's a guy.
Who it was? Yeah.
Rounding up gay people and just killing them. It's just fucked up. Like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? But
I mean, I don't know. I think that's low key a bitch ass move of Fabricio, to be honest with you, man. I mean, he could have hoed him. He could have scared him. He could have walked up on him and been like, "What's up, bitch? Say some shit about Brazil now."
Yeah.
Call me what do you call them? Filthy animals? Call me a filthy animal, you little punk ass bitch. Yeah. He could have hoed him, and that would have been like, ooh. But don't hit him, man. What the fuck? You can't do that, dude. That's, I mean, you know, it's not, you can't do that. What the fuck?
Yeah,
and not over something like that. Not over him talking.
Right.
I can see if he fucked Fabricio's fucking wife or something. Then maybe it's like, nah, bro, you getting socked in the jaw for sure. But come on, man, we in the fight game. This is what people do. They talk shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Frankly, I didn't see him swinging on Chael at no press conferences back in the day. As far as it goes, I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I'm with it. Exactly.
It's all that.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy with that shit. Let's move on to let me talk about something else a little different. Because honestly, UFC Sydney, I looked it up and down. I watched some of the fights on there, nothing too crazy. Let's talk Bellator, man. So they have this World Grand Prix, this heavyweight tournament.
Yeah.
You got maybe like what four legit heavyweights and 4 light heavyweights.
You seen they came out with the actual schedule,
bracket.
Right?
Yeah, so I have it right here.
Bracket. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I have it right here. Actually, let me see if I can put it on the screen so people can see it. But it's look, it's got Chael Sonnen, King Mo's in it, Rampage Jackson. Actually, let me start the screen. Let's see. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, perfect. Cool.
All right, so we got Rampage Jackson against Chael Sonnen. Fedor against Frank Mir, which to me is going to be a pretty exciting fight. Matt Mitchell against Roy Nelson just looks funny. And Ryan Bader against King Mo, which is like the one fight no one really wants to watch, to be honest with you. That's what I've been hearing anyway. But legitimately, 1, 2, 3, 4 light heavyweights. Arguably, out of those 4, 2 of them are 185ers, or one of them at least, right? And then 4 legit heavyweights. What are your thoughts on this Grand Prix?
You know what? I'm not gonna bullshit you. On surface value, you're right. Look at this cocksucking shit. Rampage Jackson, old as dirt. Chael Sonnen, a fucking middleweight and a shitbird. Fucking Fedor Emelianenko ain't been relevant since Pride. Frank Mir looks beat up in that picture.
Yeah, he looks fucked up.
He literally looks like he's just fresh off the Brock fight. Then you got Meathead, who was never really much of anything. His biggest accomplishment is knocking out Fedor at this point. Then we got Big Country, who's definitely past his prime. And then we got Ryan Bader, who ain't a bit more heavyweight than the Man of the Moon. And King Molawal, who could probably fight at middleweight. Now, with all that being said, you know what this is to me? It's a Justin Bieber song.
Wait, what?
It's a Justin Bieber song, and I'll tell you what I mean.
Okay.
For all the reasons I just listed, this is ridiculous. It's absurd, and it's quite frankly disrespectful to me as an MMA fan. That being said, I can't fucking wait.
Right?
I can't fucking wait. I'm excited. I'm happy as a lark. I'm not going to bullshit. I can't wait to see this shit. We get to watch Frank Mir and Fedor. That's going to be fucking great. What was it? Fucking Big Country and Meathead. Yeah. Somebody's getting thunderstruck in that fight for sure. Fucking Rampage and Chael. I mean, yeah, it's a little absurd, but it's going to be some fun. I mean, I don't think that Chael's going to be able to hold Rampage down, which means they're going to have to box. And then you get what? Either Rampage or Chael versus Fedor or Frank.
Yeah.
I'll fucking have it. That's fun.
It's gonna be fun, but it's gonna look so weird because I mean,
it's ridiculous.
It's gonna be a clear size difference in my opinion, but
it's ridiculous. Can you imagine Chael Sonnen versus Fedor if that's how it ends up, or fuck Chael versus Frank Mir even? Holy shit! But I can't front. I can't lie. It is a guilty pleasure, man. I am kind of excited for it. Does it mean anything? Fuck no. Chael Sonnen wins. Yeah, Chael, come fight Stipe. Let's have a real talk here. I mean, what's going on? Yeah. But listen, for Bellator, is it a good move?
Awesome move.
Fucking A, man. I mean, I'm a hardcore head, and I'm excited for it. And I'm sure the Bud Light shitbirds are probably going to be all in.
Oh, yeah.
Good move by Scott Coker. Scott, this is why you get paid the big bucks, bro. This is a really good move. I mean, quite frankly, all of these guys on their own are birds of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, all together, you got something here, man. Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, to me, it's their best move since signing Roy McDonald, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Who's your pick out of this whole thing to take it whole?
Jesus H. Christ. I haven't even, it's been such a fucking thing. I haven't even really given any thought to who'll actually win. I want to say Fedor, but I don't believe that.
I'm taking Meathead. I don't even think
he gets past Frank Mir.
I'm telling you right now, Meathead's going to knock everybody out or knock every guy he fights out. I just have a feeling he's going to do it.
He might. He might. I mean, you can make a good case for Meathead. You know who might fuck around and do it, and it annoys me to say this, but right, Bader.
Yeah, I was going to say Bader's the other guy.
Bader might just have that fucking annoying, he beat Rampage.
Yeah.
I know he can beat Chell. Fedor's the wild card, man. I mean, Fedor did get knocked out by Mitrione, but he also dropped him in that moment. Like, I hate to cling to Fedor, and I'm not that excited, but I would be lying if I said there isn't a small part of me that feels like if Fedor could just pull the train on the track a moment, he can knock Frank out for sure. Oh, yeah. And if by some chance Chell does beat Rampage, I mean, Fedor can make it to the finals. I mean, he's still got a little something. It just feels like he's always a little off. Like in the Mitrione fight, he did drop Mitrione. It wasn't like he just got smashed CM Punk style. He was just a day late and a dollar short, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know. Probably fucking Bader is the safe pick for real.
And there's not a lot of people disagreeing with you. Raider says, I think she says she's excited for Mir vs. Fedor. I'll go ahead and drink it, buddy. I'll go ahead and drink it, buddy. He says, got to think Boomerang sales are up in Brazil. Dan from Oregon, he says, King Mo is awesome. That fight should be for the 205 belt. I mean, outside of this is obviously the heavyweight Grand Prix, but
I agree with that though. I agree with that though. King Mo's a good fighter, and he should be at 205.
100% should be at 205. I'll go ahead and drink it. Or Raider says Mitrione or Bader, basically what we were saying. And I'll go ahead and drink it, but he says Bader could survive to the end. And Dan from Oregon says Musasi, Kharitonov can be alternates. I like the Musasi alternate.
That's interesting. I mean, if we're going to have some fun with it, why not? Musasi can definitely fight a heavyweight. He'd be undersized, but what the fuck, right?
But that's a bad dude. Yeah, imagine him and Chael, right?
And you're right. That's a good point. We should probably have at least one or two alternates lined up and ready to rock. One of these dickheads probably won't make the day.
Who fucking? Oh man, somebody fucking like put their name in. Shane Carwin. Shane Carwin said something like, "Hey, put me in that shit." I'm like, "Oh, Shane, settle down."
But what the fuck, man? I don't know what to make of that either, buddy. I ain't saw Shane Carwin fight since Hector was a pup. Hector's a full-grown dog, son. I wouldn't bit more know what to expect out of Shane Carwin than the man on the moon.
I tell you what, Shane Carwin, says he wants in. I will watch like Chuck Liddell or somebody else, Tito Ortiz, be like, "Oh, we'll be alternates." Like,
okay, no, listen, Scott, listen to me, Scotty. Don't fuck me on this. Don't fuck the dog. We're good right now. Don't you put Chuck or Rory McDonald. There's a line. There's a line. This isn't the fucking Super Hulk tournament. Don't go crazy on me. For any young fans out there, Joey Tremendous, if you ain't never heard of the Super Hulk tournament, it's something they did in Japan. I think Dream did it a few years back. Do yourself a favor and go watch that fucking tournament. The Super Hulk tournament was insanity. I think they had Hungman Choi in it. Fucking Minowa Man. It was fucking gnarly.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about too. He is watching. So, Dan from Oregon says, "Where's Vanderlei Silva?" Oh,
it's a good question, man. I think Chell asked the Nose that on the MMA Hour this week, and listen, Jack, it's bad when the Nose is like, I got no idea. I heard nothing from that fool.
Yeah. I'm looking at Vanderlei's Twitter, and he tweeted out today something about fucking translate from Portuguese. I will be 10-year seminar academy. Oh, so he's doing seminars at academies. Yeah.
You want to know, you want to know what I would see, what I would like to see from Vanderlei at this point, like just real shit. Seriously, honestly, I would like, and there's a few other guys that fit this bill. And I've been thinking about this. People talk about like these legend, no, man, no, it's not fun to watch old men fight. It's just not. They're not. I tell you what I would be interested in. What I would be interested in is Vanderlei having an animal of a protege.
Yeah.
Like Vanderlei walking out a young Brazilian him to the cage and kind of living vicariously through him and getting all riled up in the corner and shit.
No.
That would I'd like to see Vanderlei do that. I don't want to watch Vanderlei fight no more. I really don't want to watch Chael Sonnen or some of these other cats fight no more, to be completely honest, but
I'm with you.
definitely not Vanderlei, man. I'd be way more excited for him as a coaching role. He ain't even got to do the coaching. Just like, you know, like WWE style, man. Like when Hulk Hogan would come down with that prick, that's Vanderlei now, man. Vanderlei can come down fucking wringing his hands, but he ain't that guy no more. He's old, man. He's not the killer he once was. Still beat my ass, but you know what I'm saying? He don't. Who gives a shit about Vanderlei fighting?
Raider says, oh, here's Uncle Hank drinking buddy goes, imagine the pre-fight buffet. Yeah. For the heavyweight pre.
Oh yeah.
And then Raider says, just saw him in, talking about Vanderlei, just saw him in Bahrain for Brave. Yeah, that Brave FC 9. Guess he was there for that. So yeah. All right. Let's move on to this next thing here. That's a good quote. This is a problem. This could be a problem. It probably is a problem. This dude got arrested. Volkan Ozdemir, Mr. No
Jesus
Time.
Christ.
He gets arrested. Oh shit, Dave Man's here.
There he is.
Hey.
Thought you was gonna pull a fucking no-show on us, son.
No. What's up, dude?
I raced to make it here, man.
Thank you for joining us, bro.
Before I hit join, man, and I was digging what Fred was saying, man. I think we need more of that protege kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It happens a lot with Faber's camp, Cody. Oh, here's Faber's kid. And anyways, man, I like that.
Yeah, definitely. It would be cool. Because I mean, at a certain point, it's just not really fun to watch those guys compete anymore. And especially when they used to be such great fighters, it's almost kind of disappointing a little bit. Like they can't do what they used to be able to. It's like, yeah, let's just let them retire and go find some young stud that can actually do those things now.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk a little bit of here. Oh, shout out to Mike at TMMA saying Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, sir.
Hey.
Raiders like, damn, Dave Madden everywhere lately. You've been busy, dude. You've been busy as fuck.
No, it was really cool, man. I was invited on so many shows. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, no, you're everywhere, dude. All right, so let's talk about Ozdemir real quick because this is important for the 205 division in the UFC. So August 12th, apparently he got in a big bar fight, beat the shit out of somebody, and then I think it was last Saturday he got arrested, which is, by the way, was a long fucking time from August. So he got arrested. He got in a fight with some guy named Kevin Cohen. Cohen sustained swelling, received cuts on his head from the fight. So he gets arrested. And now Daniel Cormier is like, I'll fight OSP or whoever the fuck, man. I don't know if he said Mano or somebody else. Or Alexander. He said Alexander Gustafsson. But, Fred, this is a fucking problem when the one guy that we have that you can legitimately say should fight for the title next gets fucking arrested on some shit.
I mean, listen, let me at least look on the bright side quickly before I start shitting on Volkan. Gustafsson is not a bad replacement.
For sure.
You could have kind of made the argument that maybe he deserved it more from the jump street anyway. So let's not get too fucking hasty. We're fine. At least we do got Alexander in the background to save this for us. Now, on the fucking Volkan Ozdemir, what the fuck is going on with these guys? Fabricio's fucking hitting people with boomerangs. Volkan's attacking people at the bar. Guys, what the fuck? You cannot fucking do this. I can't do that. I'm a normal ass fuck loser, and I can't go to the bar and sock people in the jaw. Buddy Volkan Ozdemir, you're one of the baddest dudes on the planet. You're about to fight for the fucking belt at the most elite level. You are absolutely not allowed to punch people at the fucking bar. Certainly not when the big fight is coming up. Some of this shit drives me crazy. It is like, do these guys not have who are these managers in MMA? What are they doing? What do they get paid for? Like, who is around this guy dragging him out of the bar and having, one of fucking Volkan's Swedish buddies beat the piss out of this mouthy guy? Why is Volkan Ozdemir the star, man? He's the guy. This is why you need an entourage of your homeboy to come up and sucker punch this guy. Let him take the charge. what the fuck is Vulcan Ozdemir doing hitting somebody at the bar, man? Fuck.
Yeah, and it's funny because Uncle Hank Drinking Buddy actually was just said what
you guys are cutting in and out a little bit. Is that a problem or no?
I think you were cutting out a little bit. I don't know if you maybe.
Yeah. Would that help?
If you turn off what do you mean? If you turn off the video?
Yeah. Well, you guys are cutting in and out a little.
Yeah. Try turning off the camera and see how it goes.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
All
right.
So yeah. Anyway, well, I'll be back. All right. So here's the thing about Ozdemir. So Uncle Hank Drinking Buddy said what I had heard on Twitter as well from I think it was Nick Baldwin. Had said that his sources, wherever the fuck it was, said that and this is Uncle Hank's words because I think they're better than what I was gonna say. Uncle Hank Drinking Buddy said some dude was honking his lady's hooters. That's what I heard. Somebody grabbed his chick's titty. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Listen, man.
Legally, you can do that, but still.
Right. Listen, this is a very interesting. I might have to talk about this on my other podcast. This is a very interesting conversation because I talk about this all the time in real life, man. Go ahead, give us some lip, Dave. What's happening? Are you better?
No, still choppy.
Whatever, and it's still choppy. Fuck. All right, man. Let me try it again. Fuck.
It might be a little better. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a little better,
but it is still a little choppy.
Yeah, like what if you just turn off the camera? Just the camera, stay on audio. Man, that might work.
Okay, turn camera. All right, we'll see how that goes.
All right, let's see how that goes, and hopefully it works better.
All right.
Yeah. So, hey, what were you saying, Fred?
Okay, no. So, like Dave, you was gone. Somebody just informed us that the reason that Vulcan beat that dude is because some dude grabbed his old lady's tits at the bar.
Yeah, it's still choppy. I don't know how much is picking up, but you can't and the boomerang thing feels different to me just because you got Colby talking all this trash and they bring these guys right next to one another on the street. Really, we couldn't have gone a different route. So, that one, punching someone at a bar like you're saying, man, that's unacceptable. You can't do that. And whatever the consequence he receives, man, you can't get in a fight as a professional fighter. And hitting someone with the boomerang's wrong. And but it just feels very different, So let me try to kick it on again and see if that helps. But
all right.
No, but what I was saying about the whole fucking somebody grabbing your fucking chick's tits at the bar is it's a thing for all of us, right? If me and Eddie go out to the bar tonight, Jesus fucking Christ. All kinds of fucking technical difficulties, son. Holy shit. All right. If we go out to the bar tonight and somebody comes up and grabs your girlfriend's ass, that sucks.
Yeah.
But legally, you're not allowed to turn around and break their jaw. You kind of need to tell security or leave the bar. I've had this shit happen to homeboys of mine before. It's felonious assault. Let me tell you something. When the police get there, if you go, well, he grabbed my bitch's ass. Tough titty.
They don't give a fuck.
That is not that don't play in court. That does not give you the right to beat the fuck out of somebody. Now, morally speaking, I see as a man, I do see where you feel like you need to protect your woman. But legally you can't beat the fuck out of them for that. You and your significant other need to leave the bar.
Yeah, no, here's the thing, and you're completely right. Legally, you as a professional athlete, especially, but as an adult, you need to look at everything through: can I get in deep shit for what I'm about to do to retaliate for this dude grab my chick's ass? First of all, she can file, or she can press charges for that. That's sexual assault, right?
Right. Exactly. That's why you're not allowed to just take the law into your own hands and beat the fuck out of them, because that's
right.
Be charged. Now, I get it. Like, fuck that. I would rather sock him too, but I mean, this is the world. And if you're fucking Vulcan Ozdemir, you can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Raider says, "Don't touch the boobies." And Uncle Hank's drinking buddy says, "Only with written permission and a ring." Well said. All right.
Listen, I don't need all that as far as it goes.
Yeah, I don't need no ring on that shit. How's it sounding now?
We'll see. Fuck technology, dude. We'll see.
Yeah,
I mean, you sound pretty good for the most part, man. So
yeah,
okay, cool.
We'll let through
we'll go with it. All right. So yeah, that totally fucks the 205 title picture. But Dave, if Ozdemir can't fight for the title against DC, who you want to throw in there?
Fuck, man, anyone at 205. And Alexander Gustafsson, what a good next pick. But that division's just that division's weak, man. It's just terrible.
Listen, on the Loudmouth show with Kyle Sunday, we were kind of talking about how, like, literally laughably weak light heavyweight and heavyweight was. And I was kind of thinking about it, man. And I made this, this proposition. And I think it might be something that we ought to, like, seriously fucking take into consideration. Okay, so college scouts for, like, basketball and football, they have, like, scouting guys, right?
Right.
They start scouting these fucking kids in middle school and high school, right? Well, we want the MMA to be a professional sport. Let's start doing the same thing. WME's got some real money. Let's start getting some of these kids before they get to basketball, before they get to the NCAA, before they get to the college football. Grab them. And the UFC has a combine now. Get these big athletic fuckers and poach them, Jack. Go to UCLA. Go to these big wrestling schools. Go to these big schools where, man, listen, if at motherfucking 17 years old, you're about to get drafted by, the Lakers, LeBron James, I'll bet you we could have taught him how to fight.
Oh, yeah.
He's too big and too strong and too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you teach a guy like that how to throw a jab and a head kick, it's over. OSP's that guy. OSP can't fight.
Yeah.
He's just fucking an animal. He's strong. You know what I'm saying? He's limber. He's big. He's fast. A big, strong motherfucker like that kicks you upside the head. It's curtains. Like, I think that the UFC needs to start really proactively finding some big men, because literally we're getting to the point now to where heavyweight and light heavyweight are fucking thin. And those divisions, make no mistake about it, I don't give a shit what's going on with Floyd Mayweather and Conor. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Make no mistake about it. The heavyweight division, the big men are always the kings. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. Throughout the course of time, there is something special about the heavyweight championship fights of the world. We haven't really had much of that recently, but that's why Fedor was such a thing when he was a thing. Even Frank Mir for a brief moment. Those big motherfuckers that build a little mystique, Kimbo Slice even though he never got that mystique, the heavyweights hold a certain deal of charisma that other weight classes can't. But right now, heavyweight in the UFC is fucking dead.
Yeah, it's beyond. You got your wheels turning on how do we make this more of a system where we're filtering out the prospects, man, because they're out there. What's the incentive, dude? If you get a guy like an OSP who thinks, man, I'm going to go through this Tennessee circuit, I'm going to wind up on the NFL team, there's no incentive to become a prize fighter.
100%.
There's none. I mean, he's probably making more because he didn't even play much, did he? He probably got paid more riding the bench, in tuition, and whatever else they got, because these kids get things. Than he got in his first 5 fights in wherever he was,
Listen, this is why they need a fucking DW, Sean Shelby. You need to hire me for this job, because you know what I would say? I'd say, listen, kid, you got a good point, but your chances of making it to the NFL and having a long, prosperous career are slim to none. In the UFC, it's just you, baby. It don't matter if you get a shitty quarterback. Don't matter if your point guard ain't shit. It's all on you, and your chances are a lot better. Making it to the NFL or the NBA is a trap shoot at best, unless you are literally LeBron James. But there's a whole bunch of other guys that are still big, strong, and fast that, OSP wouldn't have never made it in the NFL, but look at him in MMA.
Yeah. I just think it's different. They need to work on more of it, even from a lighter weight class up. It needs to be a whole system that you work through, where you have single A, double A, triple A. You have your that you can follow your guys coming up. It's so far from that. It's too fragmented. But I like that if we get our mind going that way, it could be a system like Bellator kind of has it worked out with what is it? I know a promotion around here like Conquer Fighting Championships. Hey, they're just close. They know each other. There's that connection. So, though, if you wind up on the prelims of a Bellator, generally you're going unseen.
The UFC, the UFC's kind of doing it too with Fight Pass, with Legacy Fighting and shit. They're trying to kind of like bring it together and make it like a collegiate MMA, so to speak. I guess
they're trying to do like a farm system. Like, all right, let these guys get some smaller fights in these promotions. We'll pick out the good ones. Boom. If Sage Northcutt's good or whatever, he'll be big. Pick him over here.
But what I'm talking about is pre that. Like,
right.
Get these fuckers in high school, Jack. Like, just find these. Like, hey, you're pretty big. You can jump pretty high. You ever thought about boxing?
Yeah, exactly right.
Look how long it takes, though. Even for look at Joseph Morales out of Team Alpha Male.
Yeah,
he comes in, makes this awesome splash. He was farmed out of Team Alpha Male since I want to say age 12, maybe somewhere around there. He's now 22, maybe 21. I mean, that takes what a length of time, man. That's so.
Yeah, no.
But then you got people like John Jones that just watch a couple YouTube videos and take a little bit of steroids.
Yeah. Snort a line, little injection here and there. No one saw this, no one saw that. Hide under the fucking cage at Jackson's and let's go fucking beat the shit out of somebody. Joy Tremendous asking, what about that Greg guy, the defensive end that's fighting now? He beat the shit out of his girlfriend. What's his last name? He just fought.
Beat the shit out of his girlfriend. I am a fucking bona fide marshmallow sissy, and I don't think I can bring it upon myself to actually beat the shit out of a woman. I don't get these guys who are fucking cold-blooded killers that can actually beat a broad. What a fucking cunt, man.
That guy's an asshole. What was his name? I remember the story right. I can't remember his last name. He did play for the Cowboys, and he got into it with his girlfriend. And her story is he beat her up a little bit, and then he picked her up and threw her on a bed where there was just a shitload of rifles sitting on there. It was the weirdest story ever. I was like, what the fuck?
Christ.
Fucking football players. You get away from the roids, asshole. What the hell? That's really super weird. All right. Moving on. Holly Holm, Chris Cyborg, official for UFC 219. Look, they were talking Nate and Tyron Woodley. We were just a little while talking about Khabib getting pulled from the Barbosa fight, getting put in against Tony Ferguson. And we end up with Holly Holm and Chris Cyborg. A lot of people aren't really buying that as a main event there, Dave. What do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was hearing people's rumblings about. This isn't Chris Cyborg, obviously one of the best women in the world. Holly Holm, we want to see that striking matchup. She's tall. She's not a small, she's a featherweight, it's almost a size thing that matches up cool and, gives you that striking element. But man, that doesn't feel like a main event. Mm-hmm. And did I see something today where 219? No, it was 220 maybe, huh? Or I felt like I saw something with a main event. Am I mistaken?
There was something. I hear what you're saying. Something broke about 220 not too long ago. I just can't remember what it was.
20. Yeah, maybe it's 220. Yeah. Anyways, man, it feels light to me. Yeah, I don't. Especially for an end of the year card, and they're supposed to really just blow your mind here. And I'm thinking it'd be cool, but it's gonna be fun. But I'm gonna just keep saying but.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing about that card. What about you there, Fred? You convinced about it was main event, or does it leave something to be desired?
Listen, man, Dave nailed it at the end. This is the end of the year card. This is the big one. If this was fucking March or April, sure. You know, whatever. It's a good fight. Listen, we have had UFC pay-per-views with shittier main events than this year. But not at the big. This is the big one, man. This is the end of the year card. This is supposed to be, this is the Conor card or the whatever. And the reality is, as much in her own mind as Cyborg might think she's that bitch, she's not that bitch yet. She's not Ronda. She's not John Jones. She's not Brock Lesnar. She's not Conor McGregor. She's just not. She'd have been fine for a co-headline spot, but if this ends up being the main event for the big event of the year, I can guarantee you that's not what the UFC wants for sure. This is not going to be. Cyborg's not that bitch, man. She's not a star yet. Quite frankly, I don't know if she can become a star without Ronda, maybe, or something like. I'm just keeping it funky with you because, like, she gonna fight Holly Holm, right? Let's say she thunder strikes Holly Holm in the first round. Now that'll be slightly surprising or maybe validating for us hardcore heads, but an outsider looks at that and goes, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Holly Holm's been beaten since she beat Ronda. That allure's gone now. So Cyborg still isn't gonna become this, Cyborg at this point needs somebody. Cyborg is almost in that Anderson Silva pre-Chell territory.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Anderson was that dude, but nobody really cared. And then Chell came along and off we went. I don't think that nobody will care if Cyborg stomps Holly. Not really in the grand scheme of things. And they sure as fuck don't care leading up to.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Real quick, as it stands, this is what the main card would be. Usually main cards are 5 fights, right? The main event will be Chris Cyborg, Holly Holm. The co-main will be Khabib Nurmagomedov and Edson Barbosa. Then Jimmy Rivera, John Lineker, Cynthia Calvillo against Carlos Esparza, and Carlos Condit against Neil Magny. That's a pretty weak ass main card, dude. That's a weak ass main card.
For all you motherfuckers out there that are bitching about Nate getting a title shot, shut the fuck up.
You better be asking for that shit, because at this point.
Because I tell you what, that fucking card right there, if you throw that fight on the card, fuck it. I'll deal with it. Fine. But as it stands right now, they better be glad I'm a crackhead for this MMA shit. Because if I wasn't a fiend, I'd be passing on this one, dog. Like, I'm going to order it because I'm going to order it. But, like, This is definitely a passer if you're not a hardcore head, dude. It just is.
Yeah.
Yeah, John.
Khabib and Edson feels like a more of a main event than Holm and Cyborg, and that sounds so stupid. That's not even for a belt. That's for a contendership, maybe. So stupid.
Yeah, and speaking of Nate Diaz, I mean, this came out as coaches like he should get paid $15 million for his next fight. And a lot of people were scoffing at that. I don't disagree with that. You should pay him, especially because we're getting close enough to the point where that's gonna be a short notice fight for whoever takes that shit. You know what I mean?
Listen, calm down there. I know he shares your same skin tone and whatnot, but $15 million?
No. I'm not saying $15 million, but pay the man.
Well, yeah. We could probably come up with something a little more reasonable, like $6 or $7 million, Nate. I mean, goddamn, stop pricing yourself out so we can get a fight going. You ain't getting $15 million. Listen. Nate has to be fucking just touching on that whole Nate and Tyron fight. Yeah. Nate has to be reasonable too, man. Again, This is the point that I made on the Loudmouth podcast on Sunday. The whole Nate Conor thing reminds me a lot of the Conor Floyd thing. Right. I know as MMA fans, Conor brought us with him. He had a very loyal fan base. Make no mistake about it. When Conor McGregor fought Floyd Mayweather was the A side. Okay. And Nate, a lot like Conor in that fight, when Nate fought Conor, he brought a lot to the table. He talked shit. They made magic together. Nate brought his own fans. Make no mistake about it. Conor's the A side. Okay. So when you're and if Nate and Tyron fought, make no mistake about it. Tyron's the champion. Nate would be the A side. All right. But I don't think Nate's quite the A side he thinks he is. I fuck with Nate, but if we're selling it all on Nate, I don't know if Nate goes breaking very many million numbers on his own without Connor.
I don't know. I mean, I was in your thinking camp, like how popular is this guy? But then you see the post where he's in a coffee shop and then the crowd just follows him. Mm-hmm. That was really interesting, to see that cult following. Like there's Nate Diaz, and they dude, when I walk around and I got my represent, hoodie on tonight, but it's when I got my Nate Diaz shirt on, for sure, one person out of the day, for sure, I can guarantee, and it's a handful in the day. Oh, Nate Diaz. Oh, they walk by. Oh, 209 shit. I mean, the things that they say to me at Safeway or wherever, man. Is he a $15 million fighter? Is he a $20 million? I mean, dude, this business, they have money that I can't even comprehend. In terms of if I actually had this money, they can pay these guys. Should he be more reasonable? I think you're kind of onto something, but I think he's seen the money, fighting Connor and money that we don't know of. We don't know all these guys' paydays. And so, anyways, kudos to him to kind of stick to his guns and basically say, I don't have to go out there and do that and put myself in front of this, but I want to see more of that trickle down effect, because a guy like Connor gets paid. We see it. Let's get Nate paid. Let's get, and then it'll trickle down. But he's created something, man. It's for sure.
Listen, man, you get paid what you're worth. Nate's not the A side yet. Nate, take this fight, make your sacrifice, beat the fuck out of Tyron Woodley, run your mouth like you're good at. That next fight, you'll probably get that 15 million you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how this works, man. That's been my only problem with the Diaz. Well, I mean, listen, I'll give it to Nick. Nick said I quit, and he ain't really even flirted with us. Nick's gone, Jack. So, but that's what bothers me about Nate. Fight. I know you want the money, and I know he probably does merit it, but each fight brings upon more merit. The whole reason he really got that Connor fight was because he thunderstruck Michael Johnson on Fox. That was a big one, man. And it was a big performance from Nate. He's got to get these fights. If he comes out and shows out against Tyron Woodley, hypothetically, say he shows out, clowns him, just Tyron can't take him down, and Nate is just picking him apart at range, fucking making fun of him, giving him the bird. So, Nate's star is Nate starts to become the A side, especially if Connor keeps, dancing with the stars and the cocaine cowboys and whatnot. Like, all of a sudden, if Nate keeps fighting, he will become the A side. But you gotta fucking get out there and compete, man. You got to.
I hear you on that. And Dave, on the shirt thing, I wear the I'm not surprised shirt all the time, right? I went to Costco and I legit had like 3 different people in separate parts of the store go, "I'm not surprised, motherfucker." And I literally after the second time I'm like, "Me neither," and just kept walking because I was just like, no, you're right. That's a good point. The cult following totally makes sense.
Listen, quickly on the cult following. 2 things. A, Eddie, you're Mexican. B, Dave, you're from California. So I think your prick's fucking perspective. It's a little biased, guys.
Maybe. No, it's possible. It's possible. I'm not gonna lie. It's possible. Yeah.
I mean, I wear a Team Alpha Male shirt, an MMA Gold shirt. I wear, this kid's shirt. It's not the same. It doesn't resonate the same. I wear the represent stuff, and people still don't make 100% that connection. You tell them the connection, they go, "Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow, cool." And they think that's really cool. But I'm just saying the words Nate Diaz, and I want the hat too. Just so the shit. It's just hilarious to me. These people who, otherwise the checker's kind of a bitch at Safeway. I don't like this lady. And the second I wear the Nate Diaz shirt, she's like, "Oh, Nate Diaz," she knows him, and she's still kind of a bitch because I know it, because when I don't wear it, she doesn't recognize me. But
no, but Brett makes a good point. I mean, you're in NorCal, right? And
for sure, yeah, of course, yeah.
So it totally makes sense. It makes sense.
But listen though, Dave makes a good point about the alpha male shit. That's Cali shit too, and he supports nothing but the Cali shit. So if it stands out more then he would notice that. And so, I mean, you're probably on something too. I still think he needs to compete. I definitely look. I know Nate's the man, but I think how much of the man is where the debate lies.
And if I wore a big Uriah Faber shirt, I mean, people are gonna say stuff, But those are two names that for sure they're the biggest things around here.
For sure. Real quick, John Smith's question, he asks, how much do you think Nick wants to fight compared to Nate, and who would you want to see? I don't think Nick wants to fight. No. I don't think Nick wants to fight at all. Honestly,
I don't assume he does either. I mean, he hasn't. Like I said, I'll give it to Nick. Nick don't even really flirt with us. We don't hear shit from him. Last I heard from Nick Diaz, he was hitting on Rampage's girlfriend in a house out of a Vegas casino.
Oh, it's so funny.
Literally,
yeah, that was funny shit. And then he asks question: Nick or Nate versus Tyron? I'd rather see Nick.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, if we're being honest here, if Nick got in shape and was ready to fight, Nick versus Tyron would be interesting, would be real interesting, because Nick's still a bigger man than Nate. I mean, that Nick's always been a little bigger than Nate, regardless. I don't give a fuck how much older bruh grows up. He's still fucking younger bruh.
Yeah, look, man, I'd rather see Nick in there too. I mean,
but man, listen, it's been a long time since Nick fought, so I mean, I all things being equal, I'd rather see Nate now just because Nate's been a little more active than Nick. But I mean, if we're talking just who would probably do better at their best.
Oh, Nick all day. Yeah. It's funny, John, actually, I was about to say the comment that he put on YouTube, because he says, Nick's last fight, he laid on the ground against the King. That was the best thing in MMA ever. Yeah. You want to see Nick Diaz do some shit like that. Anyway.
Listen, this might sound crazy, but you to answer your question, you know who I would like to see? I mean, perfect world fantasy type shit. Who I would like to see Nick Diaz fight now, and this is solely based upon this other person fighting like they did in their last fight. GSP.
Yeah.
If GSP fights Nick Diaz like he did Michael Bisping, sign me up.
I always thought Bisping Nick Diaz would have been a thing. Honestly.
No, but I'm saying GSP. If GSP strikes with Nick like he did with Bisping and fights aggressive and throws those kicks, fucking A, that would be a fun fight.
All right. Let's talk about this weekend real quick before we call it a night, so everyone can go get some sleep. UFC Shanghai. This is gonna be an early car. It's gonna be an early ass car for everybody. Kirby's gonna have to get up at 7 a.m. to catch the main card. So the early prelims for Kirby is gonna be 3:45 a.m. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, fuck it, whatever.
You get up at 4 a.m? All right. I'll
probably just pull an all-nighter, to be completely honest with you, and try to last till the wee morning hours.
You might as well.
I can sleep through after that. No school.
Yeah, you might as well. Anyway, so early prelims are at 3:45 a.m. Eastern time, 12:45 a.m. Pacific time, and the main card 7 a.m. for the Eastern time and 4 a.m. for Pacific time. Headlined by Michael Bisping against Kelvin Gastelum. Honestly, unless when you guys want to talk about any other fight on this card or any other fighter, there's a lot of interesting names. Kelly Kearns on this card, she gets another chance. Alex Caceres, Bruce Leroy's back. Alex Garcia against Muslim Sadikov. That I heard is an interesting fight. Chase Sherman, the Vanilla Gorilla, the guy he's like Twitter guy right now with all the gifts and shit. He's on this card against Shamil Abdurakhimov, the hairy bastard. And the
alphabet.
The alphabet. Gina Mazzani's on this card. And of course, Li Jianliang against Zach Otto, and the main event is basically the one we're talking about the most. But Dave, a lot of people pushing back, saying Michael Bisping just got fucked up by GSP. Why is he fighting? Well, why are they letting him fight so soon? You agree?
Yeah, it's so funny. Of all the things to talk about on this whole card, that's been the only real headline I've seen. You look at the card, and it's got a lot of black silhouettes and. But why not build off this Chase Sherman thing? I mean, the guy has following just by playing on social media and having fun on Twitter. Why is he not built up more, man? The guy's hilarious. Makes no sense. So in terms of Bisping, man, that guy, he should be allowed to do whatever he feels he's allowed to do. If he's down to go hop back in there, what's to take that away from him? And he's not getting the championship Reebok money. Wah, right? But it's I don't get that. Yes, he got beat up. Yes, he got punched. Yes, he got choked. I see kids on this local circuit, you know, they fight 1 week. They're supposed to be suspended even if they win. Week. Shit gets, you know, things get made when things want to get made. And so kudos to him, man. I think more guys should fight more often, and it shouldn't be a Cerrone special thing. You know, I don't fight, so I can't say, oh, how beat up is your body. But it seems like if you win and you're you know, seemingly not beat up on TV, we don't know the whole story. I get it, but and you can get back in there, man, get back in there, and we can save ourselves these black silhouette cards, and we can recognize some people.
Good point.
Yeah, man. So I don't know, to harp on that, they should have really focused some time on some other aspects of this card.
Yeah, Fred.
Yeah, I'm with Dave on this one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, man, I wouldn't be absurd. You remember when Rory McDonald fought Robbie Lawler?
Got his nose murdered.
And Robbie Lawler was missing part of his lip.
Yeah.
Now, if they tried to put one of those guys in there, I'd be like, all right, guys, come on. What are we doing here? That guy, you know, right there. I think you got the picture right behind you, Eddie.
Yeah. The poster right here?
Yeah, the poster. You know, if Mike had taken a beating like that, if George had held him down for 4 rounds and beat the fuck out of him, who was it that had the blood poured in their eye at the recent event and they had to fucking like wipe the blood out of their eye and pull them up because the cut was so bad?
Pettis.
I forget what fight it was. Pettis, yeah. That, okay, no, come on, man. Like, get bad cuts on the face. That's not what happened to Mike, man. Mike got caught with a left hook he didn't see coming because that eye ain't worked for a month of Sundays, and old George knew it. And old George be cheating. He's taking every advantage he can get.
He talked about it.
You understand me? Mike didn't see that hook coming, so George dropped him with that hook. He choked him out. These guys probably get choked out rather often practicing jiu-jitsu. We know that a guy's fine after that. Mike will be fine for this fight. He's a veteran fighter. He knows his body. These people kill me, man. Fucking snowflakes, man. I mean, I am a leftist liberal hippie, and you know it's bad when I'm like, stop being a bitch. God damn. I mean, he's a fighter. Michael Bisping's one of the toughest humans that's ever been in this game. That man did not take a beating. He knows what he's doing, dog. Let him get another paycheck. And shit, real talk, he might fuck around and beat Kelvin Gastelum's ass. Good. Kelvin hits hard, but I don't think Kelvin brings nothing to the table that old Mike ain't seen before, except for a sneaky left hook to that bad eye side. But other than that, I mean, Mike's been in there with the best of them, Jack. It's not like we're lining him up with a prime Anderson.
And Mike talked about it. I mean, he after this fight, win or lose, he wants to fight on that card in March. The one in London. Is it London? I can't remember what city it was. I think it's London. But you know, last fight in his home country, and you know, call it a career supposedly. Who knows?
Right.
So I always assumed with the Ultimate Fighter, I just thought these guys fight through the house in 6 weeks. They're put through these crazy ass conditions. I just assumed it would bolster more activity, and these guys would just realize, okay, you know, these guys fought in a house for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I can fight in every 2 months, or, you know, and again, I'm not telling these guys how to do it. I just thought that's what would come of this, you know, and they'd be more top of mind. And that's why, you know, like Fred was saying with Nate Diaz, he's just got to be visible. He's got to put himself in there so we all remember and it's all fresh, you know. And this, again, man, just to beat it again, just the Cerrone mystique, it shouldn't be a mistake, you know.
Look, man, strike with the audience, hard to think for a reason. Okay, if you do good and people recognize you, strike, do something. But yeah. Danfer Morgan says, "Don't miss. There's a beat. Zabit Magomed Sharapov. Wow, that's a last name, motherfucker. Zabit Magomed Sharapov against Shayman Moraes. So yeah, that's Dan's pick for one of those fights. For a fight to watch. This is a completely on UFC Fight Pass. So you know, it won't be on TV. You don't have to have cable if you don't want to. And yeah, so that main event, man, Michael Bisping become guys. I'm not against it. I'm cool with Mike doing that, and you know, then getting his fight in the UK and calling it a career. Hopefully, especially with that bad, you know, fucked up eye. Dude's got a family. You got to think of your health and all that. But yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we call it a night?
Nah, I think that's about it, man. We wrapped up. I think we touched on everything. Let's see what happens in China.
All right. Let's hope Jesse's pedo van gets like fixed soon, because it was weird not having him on there for some reason. Dave, where can the people find you?
Yeah, follow me specifically, I guess, at Dave Madden. Throw an extra M in there for the MMA, and then follow the work I'm doing in Northern California at NorCal Fight MMA. And yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. I always enjoy it.
Hey, thanks for coming, dude. Definitely. And definitely, if you guys, especially if you are in the NorCal area, but this dude, all he covers is NorCal. That's it.
And listen, I don't give these compliments out very easily. Yeah. I'm a cunt. I will say, follow Dave on Twitter. He's 100%. Funny. He's funny. And I do not give that out. I mean that. I don't give it out very often. You're the man on Twitter, Dave. He's a lot like Chase Sherman. He's the underground MMA podcaster version of Chase Sherman. He's a beast on Twitter.
Yeah. I only see your shit on Instagram because Twitter's like fucking so crowded, and your shit will pop up on Instagram. I'm like, holy fuck! I don't even know how you come up with that shit. You could make sure you follow Kirby at Kirby_MMA and fucking go on SoundCloud. Fucking subscribe to the Gem City Jesus podcast. Like, I fucking listened to the first episode today. Holy fuck! All right. I've heard of Gary before, and obviously, my boy, Fred, but it was some funny shit. Give him a little bit of a preview for episode 2 that I think you just dropped like yesterday.
Yeah, man, we just recorded it yesterday. We just put it out this morning. Me, Gary, my brother James, and a local artist, my buddy Savan. We were on the podcast. We talk Trump getting impeached. We talk about growing up in a rape culture. Drake not writing his own lyrics. A young man by the name of Lil Peep died. So we talked about all that shit on the podcast. It was fun. And we listened to the new Miguel song. A lot of people think he's jocking on Prince. So we listen to that song and talk about it. Yeah,
so if you want a totally different kind of podcast, totally different kind of thing,
exactly,
that's what you want to get right there, Gem City. If you guys ever listen to the Three Musings of Three Idiots, I think is what it was called. That was funny as shit. This is just a different cast of people. Different dynamic, still funny as fuck. Right. You guys need to check it out. So definitely check it out. Yeah, follow Kirby at Kirby_MMA. Follow me at Eli31. We both will tweet the shit out of the links for that show. So definitely hit that up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, follow the show at Keyboard MMA is what I had. Yeah, at Keyboard MMA. I have so much fucking Twitter shit that it's like my head is just fucked up on it.
You got it right there. It's right there.
Y'all see it. There you go. Right there. Yep. All the shit right here. You've been seeing this entire fucking show. Hit rewind. Hit that pause button. Follow all that shit. Yeah. Follow Dave. Hit up spicyspurs.com, hit up rapthewarriors.com. That's it. Follow us on iTunes or subscribe to iTunes at Keyboard Warriors MMA. All right. Dave, Fred, appreciate it, fellas. Shout out to Jesse. Hopefully you can jump on with us next week again. And for everybody on the team, everybody on the squad, appreciate you guys watching, listening, and commenting. Catch you guys later. Good night, Wilshire.